coordinates for Weetwood Moors as well, and then I've got a third. I'm looking for the second lot, and I can't find it. But I'm wondering if it's been overgrown by all this. Is it fern? I don't know. There's lots of stones being covered by moss and grass, and like the spiky trees. I think they're thistle, but I don't really know. I'm not a botanist. Ooh. There's a fly. Or bee or something. I think it's another plant. Go away. Go away. Very spiky plants, and I don't think they like me. They like try and hold you back. Like, that's what it feels like. And it's like treacherous terrain. Like, the amount of times I've nearly broken my ankle is actually ridiculous. But yeah, I think I might just try and look for the third one, and then I kind of want to come back anyway, so I'll have another look for that second one when I come back. So maybe if I try a different time of year, then the plants might not be so in bloom. In bloom, is that the right word? Because it's like June, isn't it? So it's summer. But then I don't really want to come when it's cold. But we all make sacrifices for our passions. Yeah, so I'm going to see if I can find... I've got to input the coordinates into Google. I would have thought coordinates would be really rather accurate. I mean, for the first one they weren't accurate, so that's my but I really have done a good wander around it, and I've stood on top of a couple of stones and tried to do a bit of, I don't know, seeing. So I don't know, maybe the stones just don't like me. Oh, that's why I've put in the wrong coordinates. Here's me trashing Google and it's all my fault. You silly sausage. Right, well, let's have another go then, and then if we can't find it, we'll have a look-see for the third one. Right, we're going back where we came, a bit this way. No wonder, I was looking in exactly the wrong place. See, this is why I shouldn't really be allowed to have maps and stuff. Well, now it's looking like it's in the middle of a thistle bush, which is... I don't like thistle bushes, they're spiky, which is something I've recently found out. Now I'm in the middle of a thistle bush. Ow! Is it really in the middle, or am I just... should I walk around it, see if it's on the other side? There's like a small, not very good path here, which gives me some hope. But ow! They're really spiky. Why are they just? I mean, probably like a defense mechanism. Well, it's in the middle of the thistle bush. Maybe it's not on that side. I'm basically circling it. It's probably just the coordinates that's in the middle of the thistle bush. Maybe the rocks outside the thistle bush. I'm assuming that someone's not growing this for fun, for like a crop or something. I don't know what sort of crop it could be, but I really hope it's not. that. It's like holds you back. It's like pulling you away. I mean, if the coordinate is correct, it's in the middle of that massive spiky bush. But the other coordinate wasn't quite correct. So I'm hoping now that I've put in the correct coordinates, I'm far closer. I'm kind of walking away from it. But I don't know. There's lots of stones here, not all, obviously not all of them markings, but a lot of them have been sort of overgrown. I think I said this before, but they've been overgrown by the grass and the moss and the thistle bushes. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the plants are protecting them, maybe they are. I shouldn't have worn a big jumper. Connected to the ground in some way, and the ground is protecting them from people like me. And I just want to have a look. Well, there's a big ass rock here, but as far as I could tell, it's not got any markings on it. I feel quite tired now. Oh, there's people walking dogs. I don't know why I said that like it was an issue. There's a rock over there. If they look up, all they're going to see is me wandering around quite lost. Yeah, another big rock, but no markings on it that I can see. And then there's another one over there. So that's the thing, there's lots of big rocks, but not all of them have markings on them. Oh, I think I found another one. This one's got like divots in it, but I don't really know if that is actually markings or just the rain. Oh, there's another one on the other side. This one again, there's markings on it, but I don't know if it's the rain. I mean, there's bits that are obviously not human made, like ripples in the stone. But then there's bits that look like they could have been man-made, like there's a few divots. And like a few lines, but they were worn away quite drastically. Oh, there's another one. See this thing, so many rocks, so little time. That's a nice bush, it's not spiky. Don't want to die. There's another one. Not markings on it though. I don't think it could go on forever being like, oh, here's another one. No markings on it though. There's just so many rocks here. Ah! No, that one's au naturel. Where's that other rock I saw? Over there. If I get eaten by the plants, come to me. No, that one's. Oh. did everything on it all by itself. Beautiful landscape. Exhausting, but beautiful. I've really quite wandered off my coordinate. But, I mean, if the coordinate was correct, then it's in the middle of a thistle bush, which I can't get to. Okay, so this one seems to be a bust. So I'll try the third set of coordinates, and I've got to go to Old Berwick this afternoon. There's some rocks over there, but they're not even in the vicinity of the coordinates. So the first rock was in, like, it was near the coordinate. So I'm kind of, I think maybe the plants have like grown over it, the grass and the moss, or maybe it was covered over to protect it from the elements. But yeah, if it's in the vicinity of those coordinates, I'm not going to find it, because that area is covered in like the ferny things and the spiky plants. Oh, I just heard something. I don't know what it was. There's more rocks over there. So that's this whole trip. Look, rocks. And then more rocks. And more. Jeez. I don't know what this landscape was originally like. I think I read in The Rocket of Northumberland by Stan Beckinsale that this was originally a wetland or something, which is why it's called Weetwood, which it means, like, in old-timey tongue, a wetland, but it's obviously very dry now. But then we don't know what it was. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I've looked it up that much. I should look at what the environment here was like then. But yeah, it might have been dry like this. Or I think maybe I did read somewhere that it used to be all woodland. There's a lot of trees around here. But obviously it's all been like, I don't know, stripped bare for various reasons. It's grown back beautifully. Not with any trees, but with the spiky plants. Being harassed by a fly. I'm assuming, I don't like to assume, but I'm assuming that the hilliness of the area hasn't changed. Like, we're not a particularly frantic landscape. Like, it doesn't move a lot, so I'm assuming that these mountains, well, not really mountains, big hills, were made when, like, they've been here as long as England has been here, Doggerland or whatever. So the people who made these rocks markings, they presumably would have been wandering over these hills. And I don't know, would they have made camp around the rocks and then, I don't know, like a sort of, what I said yesterday, like graffiti, I was here, we were here, or maybe it was like a marking, this is a good spot to set up. Or with at the first site, there was the big copper ring, and then the second and then the third are getting smaller. Maybe they were directions, like 3 miles to wherever or something. Or maybe it was like the big one was it's 5 miles to this place, 4 miles to this place, and 3 miles to this place. But then how could you tell the difference? Because they're all the same shape except with different amounts of rings. I don't know. And then there's the 2 that were offset, and the 2 divots. I don't know what they could have meant. Unless they mean like lakes or something. But there's a lake to the right, but then I don't know about to the left. I might look that up in my map a bit later. But yeah, if the other 2 offset ones were also suggested like to a place, but they all face the same way. Like they all point. Let me see. Let me get my map out. It doesn't want to tell me. I don't know which way. They all point that way. I don't know, sort of. I need to get a compass, really. That would have been useful. Face that way. They all face the same way. I can't tell you which way. Next time I'm gonna have to bring a compass. But yeah, so I don't really see how they would have worked as a map or directions. Unless maybe there was 4 things specifically that way, and maybe this other rock I can find has the same markings but pointing a different way. Portrait in a way, like a family of 5. That's why there's 5 markings. Maybe the rings are ages. So the person who made the largest one is 50, and then the other one 40, 30, 20, another 40-year-old. Why drops some art in the middle of nowhere? Like, now obviously there's a town, and then there's another town over there and stuff, but back then there wasn't anything that we know of. There's meant to be a cairn somewhere, but I can't find that. So I don't know. They're a mystery, and I love them for that. I love the possibilities of them. But I also don't understand, like, why does anyone do art? But I mean, they probably wouldn't have understood it as art. Like, I don't think they would have had a concept of art as a thing. Or maybe they were just being creative. But then these same markings show up all over the country, like the cup and ring markings. I mean, potentially maybe it was just one family going around the whole country and just graffitiing this one mark all over the place, but it seems a bit, I don't know, I want to say unrealistic, but then at the same time, I mean, I know we settled and we live in our houses now, but then they would have been travelling constantly. So maybe it was just one family wandering around making these marks. I quite like that idea. This one group of people, sort of, I don't know, stamping everywhere. But I don't know. I mean, if they were used throughout the population, then they must have meant something, and something that meant the same to everyone. Because I don't know. Yeah, the symbol of the cross is the same all over the world, pretty much. It's about Christianity and Jesus and whatnot. People before that weren't just drawing crosses for the hell of it. They weren't just going, oh, I'm just going to draw a nice little crucifix here for no reason whatsoever. People started drawing it when it meant something, when it became a thing. So I wonder what they mean. Like what? Why did? I mean, they found similar markings in Europe, but why does this one symbol, this like cup and rings, why do they appear everywhere? What do they mean? Like, why were people drawing them? Maybe they were some sort of to ward off evil, or I don't know. I know it was a sort of symbol to keep safe. Maybe they had a belief in a higher power, and maybe they drew it for that higher power. Things make sense, like why things happen sometimes, but then I don't like the idea, because also I don't like the idea of my life being in control of someone else's. Like, I like my mistakes to be my mistakes rather than something that was planned out by something else. My successes to be my successes, not something that was, affected by some other thing. But then I admire, like, the belief that there's something after death. But then at the same time, if there is something after death, what's the point in living this life? Like, I mean, obviously there's the whole heaven and hell thing, so you live good in this life and then you get to go to heaven. But I suppose there's something nice about the idea of seeing your family that have passed after, which is like a comfort, but also like it's weird, because nobody wants to die, like, nobody, and I don't know. And the idea of a family watching over us, I don't like that idea, because I don't like the idea of my dad watching all the mistakes that I make and all the stupid decisions that I make and all the things I have to sort out and do wrong that he used to. But I don't know. Yeah. It's like I was saying to Alice, like, there's an optimism in religion that I really admire, but I don't know, I just can't grasp a hold of it myself. Like, I can't like, there's people who truly believe, and they put their whole faith, their heart into this being that they've never seen, they've never necessarily heard, they've never, I don't know, they don't even know if he exists really, but they put all their faith into this and they believe it, and it's kind of beautiful. But I don't know, I suppose I'm just a distrusting person, or maybe I lack faith or imagination or something. I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird. Religion is weird, but it is beautiful. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna see if I can find I'm gonna see if I can find these third coordinates, and then if I can, I'll hopefully spend some time with them. And then if I can't, I'm gonna have to go to not Lordenshire, that's on Friday, Old Berwick, and we shall see what I end up with.